Hi, Connor Gunn here from Lethbridge News Now. Welcome to the weekly from LNN, where we go over some of the biggest stories from this past week and what you can look forward to this weekend. The chief of Saskatchewan's Cowessess First Nation says the community has found 751 unmarked graves at the site of a former residential school. Chief Cadmus Delorme says there may have been markers on at some point, and it's not clear that they are children's graves. The unmarked graves at the former Marieville Indian Residential School are the most substantial to date found in Canada. A heat wave is expected to hit Lethbridge next week. City staff is giving tips to keep cool during this time, as heat waves can cause an increase in heat-related illness, enhance drought conditions, and you may see a significant long-term draw on power. During the week of June 28th to July 3rd, the city is expecting temperatures in the mid to high 30s. Also, shelters across the city are prepared to tackle the heat, giving out free water, and will provide indoor settings for people to cool off. Charges against parents who were fighting a third trial in the death of their toddler in southern Alberta have been stayed. It's been 9 years since David and Collet Stephan's son Ezekiel died, and 8 years since the couple were charged with failing to provide the necessaries of life. The Crown says it made the decision to stay the charges after a review of all the available evidence, and a jury convicted the couple in 2016, but the Supreme Court of Canada overturned that verdict and ordered a second trial in which a judge found them not guilty in 2019. The Alberta Court of Appeal granted a request by the Crown earlier this year to overturn that acquittal and ordered a third trial. COVID-19 has left many people in search of a family doctor. Unfortunately, that's proving to be difficult, as many practices in southern Alberta have been losing their physicians. A spokesperson with the Bigelow Fowler Clinic in Lethbridge, who wished to remain anonymous, said this is partly due to retirements and a challenge in recruiting new doctors. He also noted that the way contract negotiations have been handled between physicians and the UCP has left a sour taste in many mouths. The spokesperson added that a lack of doctors is stretching current practices thin. It's still possible that the City of Lethbridge's mask mandate could be lifted at the same time as the provincial order on July 1st. Councillor Ryan Parker will introduce a new bylaw to repeal the current one in Tuesday's upcoming council meeting. But in order to pass all three readings in one day, it needs unanimous support. If it's not unanimous, still enough to go ahead, the mask mandate will probably be lifted on the council meeting on June 13th. Construction is underway on a massive solar farm in Vulcan County. The Travelers Solar Project, worth $700 million, will be the largest in Canada and one of the biggest in the world. Upon completion, its 1.3 million solar panels will generate enough electricity to power more than 100,000 homes. Amazon, however, has signed on a major power purchaser for the project, as the company has pledged to use 100% renewable energy. The Henderson pool in Lethbridge is all set to reopen today. There will be 4 90-minute swim times per day, with a limited capacity of 350 people per session. The swim sessions will be on a first-come, first-served basis, and guests will be able to pre-book about 60 minutes ahead of their desired time. Well, those are just a few of the stories we've been covering this week. To stay up to date on the latest local and regional news, head over to lethbridgenewsnow.com or find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our Lethbridge News Now mobile app. If you have any stories or topics that you'd like us to follow, well, send us a message. Thanks for watching, and tune in next Friday for another edition of The Weekly with me, Connor Gunn. Have a great weekend.